This is pre-calculus, notes on section 6.1, and this is labeled calculator. Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to approximate a trig ratio. There's a difference, or different problems will be worded differently, which means you have to answer them differently. In the previous lesson, we were looking for exact answers, and so we expected them to be in fraction form. If they're asking you to round, okay, they're looking for you to use the calculator. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the way the directions are given. All right. So here's my calculator. The first three trig ratios are so easy. But before I get into that, let me talk to you about mode. All right. Your calculator, if you're using a TI-83, all right, the mode default is radian. So I just hit the mode button, which is to the right of the second button, okay? And you might see that, you might see that radian is, let me see if I can get my mouse. All right, there we go. So now I have a pointer. So you might see that radian is highlighted, okay? So that's the default for a TI-83 calculator. For right now, or for our beginning lessons, we are going to use degrees, which is what the scientific community uses. So we need to get degree highlighted. And it's very, very, very important that you do, before you do any work in trigonometry, you make sure that you're using the correct units of measure. So I'm going to go and use my arrow keys to arrow down and over to degree. And then I'm going to press enter to highlight degree. If you don't do that, if you don't check that, your answers are going to be wrong. All right, so the first three trig ratios are very straightforward, okay? I've got buttons, and again, I'm using my mouse to kind of point to them on the calculator. I've got buttons for sine, cosine, and tangent, okay? And so to find the first three, you just go, oh, hold on, let's go back to the home screen. So there we go. I'm going to go sine of 15. Enter. That's how easy it is. All right, so that's 2.588. So the sine of 15 degrees. So I'm putting the measure of that angle here because it's given. It's not theta, it's 15 degrees. The sine of 15 degrees is 0.2588. Cosine of 15. Cosine of 15 degrees is 0.9659. Tangent of 15 degrees .2679. Okay, now the reciprocals. All right, the reciprocals are not, there are no buttons for them, okay? So, this was something that might be a little harder to remember, and you haven't learned this in science class, so, if I were to first do sine of 15 degrees, okay, get the answer, and then do the reciprocal of that. Well, the reciprocal of that would be 1 divided by the answer. I have my cosecant. So cosecant of 15 degrees is 0.38, 3.864. Okay. Now let me show you something else. My mouse again. Okay. All right. So this key right here is the reciprocal key. It says x to the power of -1 on it. That is the reciprocal key. So I can do that with one keystroke as going sine 15 and then going reciprocal. Okay? All right, so that's how you do the reciprocal functions. So cosecant is the reciprocal of cosine, so I'm going to do cosine of 15. Answer, reciprocal. Okay, so secant, or cosecant, secant, 15 degrees is 1.0353. 1.0353. Okay, cotangent is tangent, then reciprocal, 3.7321. Okay. All right, so here's one for you to try by yourself. Pause the video, try it. I'm going to put my answers up. All right, that's it.